Bomb scare panic. New tonight on our news, a government office is evacuated after a terrifying call. The anti-terrorism unit on high alert. Plus, an armed robbers fight for fitness. The convict launches a constitutional challenge against inadequate prison exercise. The Court of Appeal orders a new hearing. And stay merry and vigilant. Another Christmas crime alert from police. Find out the tips for navigating home safely after Christmas shopping. Then in our news at 7:30, Great Commission Ministries faces challenges amid soaring needs. Bishop Walter Hanschel urges community support as mental health issues and a scarcity of resources are on the rise. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. A terrifying scenario unfolding Tuesday as a bomb threat rocked a government office, forcing the bomb squad into action. Police report the threat came in a phone call just before 4 p.m. at the University Drive facility. Police say the caller warned of a bomb inside, prompting a rapid response. The anti-terrorism unit, K9 section, and fire department swooped in for a thorough search. Despite efforts, no signs of explosives were found. Authorities are tonight strongly advising against prank calls, stressing the seriousness of such threats to public safety and promising legal action in such instances. Convicted armed robber Marco Oliver has been granted a shot at a constitutional challenge to prison conditions. Oliver, serving a 10-year sentence since 2016, alleges his rights are being violated with only 15 minutes of exercise instead of the mandated 1 hour. Previously dismissed by Justice Deborah Frazier in 2022, the Court of Appeal overturned the decision, ordering a new judge to hear Oliver's case. And as Christmas Day looms just around the corner, the holiday excitement brings not only joy, but also heightened crime risks. With the festive season upon us, law enforcement has been urging extra caution this week. Sergeant Desiree Ferguson sharing crucial advice on staying safe, especially if you send someone following you after holiday shopping.
If you feel that you're being followed, 1, you can always change your route. 2, you can always contact law enforcement officers via emergency contact 911, 919. You can even pop in at the nearest police station and let them know of your findings and let them know the situation that you're in. They may be able to assist you with following you home, escorting you home to ensure that you arrive safely. But in the event that you feel that you're being followed, take note of the vehicle, anything that may assist us in terms of the type, the model, the license plate number.
She also has these tips for discarding packaging after you've opened gifts this Christmas.
We know that persons target the big boxes that they see that may be outside in the front of person's residence, such as televisions or things of value, those very expensive gifts from Gucci or Chanel. So we want to encourage persons to discard of the boxes appropriately. Take them to a trash bin that's away from you. We also have the city dump that you can dispose of your items. Take them there if that's a feasible choice for you. Take them there, but do not discard of your items right in the front of your residence.
And it's full steam ahead for the highly anticipated 2023 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade. With just days to go, Culture Minister Mario Boleg says a walkthrough was completed last night and all officials have been briefed.
Preparations is going well. We had a walkthrough last night downtown with all the stakeholders involving all the ministries that are involved, like Ministry of Environmental Health, Ministry of Works, the Ministry of Health, of course the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and National Security, and all of us did a walkthrough to ensure that the safety and the entrance points are all taken care of and everybody know what they have to do and ensure that collectively we come together and make this parade successful. Of course, JCNP and the groups are already prepared and ready to go and fine-tuning themselves in the shack. So we just waiting on the day for the parade to start.
As for any inclement weather, Boleg said,
there has not been any reports of any weather that will hamper that. And so normally I think it's 3 days out before we check the weather to confirm that. So all is a go right now, and we expect to start 10 o'clock sharp.
And with all things ready to go, the pressure is on, and Junkanooers spending long hours in the shacks doing all they can to be number one this Boxing Day. Bethany McDermott went to One Family Warriors, who are the defending champions. They say they're holding on to the number one spot.
With 5 days left until the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, Junkanooers have kicked into high gear and they're all confident in a win, especially the One Family Warriors.
You're basically bringing what we've already done, and we're bringing what has never been done. So get on our level, step up to the game, think like a warrior, and maybe you'd be number one.
One Family are the defending Boxing Day champs. It's a title Chairman Christine Muffin Fernandez says the group intends to hold on to. This year, the group is paying homage to the rich history of Junkanoo and its legends with its theme.
The theme really is, who are we? The greatest show on earth, which is Junkanoo.
One Family earned first place after sweeping 5 categories last year with 92.73 points. The Valley Boys came in a close second with 92.48 points. This year, One Family says there are some costumes to look out for, and according to designer Shantz Collymore, the plan is to stand apart.
I think what sets us apart is the foundation of the program, which is, the beginning stages of what we plan. The themes that we select are always out of the box. I know that may sound cliche, but the proof is in the pudding.
The costumes and lead pieces won't be the only thing taking spectators back in time. As Vice Chairman of Operations Colin Folks tells us, the music section will also serve Junkanoo fans with a blast from the past.
For this year, we'll just bring homage again to all the good songs with rock-based street throughout the year. So you'll have the old school Bahamian music, you go up to the new school Bahamian music, and we'll just rock and bass street straight through.
Now, as for what goes into finalizing costumes like this one, One Family tells us the shacks can get a bit hectic just a few days before the Boxing Day parade.
It's really hectic. Usually we don't sleep. Boxing Day, unfortunately, Christmas Day, we say hi to our families and bye, and we on Bay Street sometimes. If Junkanoo start at 10 o'clock, we on Bay Street from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 2 o'clock Boxing Day.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Bethany McDermott.
All right, thanks a lot, Bethany. It's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, we're still holding on to those low 70s and high 60s. So we heard from the Sports and Culture Minister just a moment ago about inclement weather for the parade coming up on Boxing Day. Are we going to see this same kind of low temperature going into
No, you ain't going to see the same low temperatures. It's going to get a little warmer, but...
So it'll be hot.
Warm. I wouldn't call it hot, but it's going to be warm. We do see a little disturbance getting here just before that, but we don't anticipate any problems with the Junkanoo parade. So, but we'll keep you abreast of how things will be progressing.
All right, good stuff.
But for the next couple of days, you better enjoy the cooler temperatures.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, 70 degrees outside right now. Partly cloudy and breezy. Those winds are still whipping up out there. East-northeast winds, they're becoming more easterly over the next day or two, so we're going to see a warm-up. 70 miles per hour, your feels like temperature is at 70 degrees. Right now, it is cool across the extreme northern islands. Freeport, Marsh Harbor, and Great Harbor Key, your guys are in the mid to upper 60s, 67 in Freeport, 70 in Alistown, Bimini, Nichols, San Andros, and over in Governor's Harbor. Into the central Bahamas, low 70s there, 71 in Kemps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Copentown, San Salvador, pair of 73s in Georgetown and Deadman's Key. And into the southeast Bahamas, even cooler down there. Some of that cold air mass making it there. 76, Duncantown, Ragged Island. 74s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay. Pair of 73s in Abrahams Bay, Providenciales, and Matthewtown, Renago. You are the warmest spot at 76. Satellite radar composite showing we have 2 layers of clouds. One at the lower layer, the dark gray clouds you're seeing there, and then we have this bright cloud moving from west to east. The lower layers are what we call cold air stratocumulus. That's going to be moving across us, keeping us partly cloudy over the next couple of days, picking up a couple of, some moisture, but you can see 1 or 2 sprinkles, but high-level clouds, not going to produce anything, made up mostly of ice crystals, and they will continue to filter some sunshine over the next several days. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at the extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, race against time. The Bahamas to host World Athletics relays amid stadium renovation concerns. Plus, smooth roads ahead. Ministry of Works ramps up efforts to improve Family Island road conditions in tonight's Work in Progress segment. And climate crisis deepens. Brief director urges urgent action and climate funding as the Bahamas faces ongoing threats from devastating hurricanes and ecosystem destruction. When Our News returns.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year,
it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
so from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
The Bahamas will hold the World Athletics Relays next May, but will we be in a position to host the major sporting event considering the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium is currently under renovation? We put the question to the head of our local track and field federation, Dramico Archer, who says the stadium must be ready in time for the relays, which serve as a precursor to next year's Olympics.
We have fully engaged staff from the People's Republic of China, together with local Bahamian staff who are working around the clock. And so we have no concern that the stadium will not be ready. In fact, World Athletics requires that we have a clean stadium 14 days before the start of the event. And so if you pass the stadium, you would see the skin of the roof already off, and the webbing will then come off, and then we'll start talking about a replacement of the roof, and in tandem with that will be the replacement of the track, which will be the prototype of the track that you will see in Paris at the Olympic Games.
All right, Family Islanders could see road conditions improve quite soon as the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs stepping up its efforts. Our Joshua Williams has more in tonight's Work in Progress segment.
While the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs continues to plan for its major road improvement project in the capital, the Family Islands have not been left out. Senior Family Island engineer at the Ministry of Works, David Cox, says several government-funded projects are ongoing.
So some of the projects that we're doing on the Family Islands include works on Andros. We have 3 projects going on in Andros. We have South Andros, Central Andros, and North Andros. We also have works going on in the Berry Islands, Long Island, Eleuthera, Crooked Island, and Bimini.
Andros is one of those islands receiving special attention.
We have nearly 90 miles of roadworks to the tune of $60 million. In South Andros, we have 19 miles of P-Rock and Sand Seal roadworks. In Central Andros, we have 17 miles of hot mixed asphalt. And in North Andros, in the Red Bays area, we have 16.5 miles of hot mix asphalt.
But Andros is not alone.
In Berry Islands, we have 17 miles of roadworks. In Long Island, 5 miles. In Crooked Island, 6 miles. And Governor's Arbor, 3 miles. And also Bimini, another 3 miles. Now, most of these works in the Family Islands are in hot mix asphalt, which involves verge clearing, scarification of the existing road surface, new base works, paving, striping, and signage.
Reporting for Work in Progress for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the world hears Netanyahu's ultimatum, surrender or die. The Israeli Prime Minister vows to eradicate Hamas amid escalating tensions. Plus, holiday rush. Miami Airport braces for a record-breaking travel surge. TSA gears up for the busiest winter season yet. And the former Surinamese president sentenced to 20 years in a landmark ruling for a 1982 massacre. The story when our news returns.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Tensions escalating in the Middle East as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu renews his commitment to eradicate Hamas, declaring surrender or die. In televised comments which suggested any possible new truce under consideration would be short-lived, Netanyahu repeated the war would end only with Hamas eradicated, all hostages freed, and Gaza posing no more threat. International pressure is mounting as Israel faces scrutiny for its military actions in Gaza. And in a historic move, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu issued a formal apology today to Alan Swanson and Willie Bennett, wrongfully accused in the 1989 murder of Carol Stewart. The case exposed racial divisions, with Mayor Wu acknowledging the city's systemic campaign against black men. Police Commissioner Michael Cox also apologized for the poor investigation and overzealous behavior. Bennett's nephew expressed gratitude, calling it a testament to their resilience. The families are calling for compensation for their decades-long suffering. Mayor Wu says the apology is just the beginning of a journey toward accountability and action. With the Christmas holidays just days away, Miami International Airport buzzing with travelers. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, gearing up for a busy winter holiday travel season. They're anticipating higher passenger volumes compared to last year. TSA says it is prepared for increased activity at security checkpoints. Last year's busiest day, December 29th, saw a record 2.4 million passengers screened. Travelers are being asked to plan ahead and arrive early for a smooth journey. And in a landmark ruling, the Court of Justice in Suriname imposed a 20-year jail term on former President Desi Boutres for his role in the 1982 murders of 15 men. The 78-year-old was convicted in 2021 and had appealed the decision. The victims, including journalists, military officers, and union leaders, were allegedly tortured and executed at Fort Zelanda. Despite his absence during the ruling, the judge emphasized the premeditation of the crimes. No immediate arrest order had been issued. The court cited 20 years as the maximum sentence at the time because of his age. And a major wildlife trafficking attempt foiled in Lima, Peru, as customs officials seized 4,001 live turtles destined for Indonesia. The turtles, including critically endangered South American river turtles, were inaccurately documented for export. Authorities say they discovered discrepancies in species identification and age. Peru's National Forestry and Wildlife Service highlighting its ongoing battle against legal or illegal, that is, wildlife trade, with monkeys, turtles, and parrots among the targets. And back here at home, you've heard the slogan that tourism is everyone's business. Well, now that message is shifting just a bit as advocates seek to raise awareness that climate change and its impacts should be a concern for all. Tonight, the executive director of BRIEF talks one-on-one with Megan Shepard on how we can protect the country's first line of defense.
Climate change and all of its negative impacts continue to be a major concern for our low-lying nation. According to the executive director of the Bahamas Reef Environmental Educational Foundation, BRIEF, Kasarina McKinney-Lambert, we have already seen the impact of one major climate-fueled hurricane, Hurricane Dorian. Noting the overwhelming financial burden, she echoes the Prime Minister's calls for more climate funding.
There needs to be a lot more finance dedicated to helping countries adapt to the negative impacts of climate change.
And exactly why are mangroves so important to the fight? Well, McKinney-Lambert breaks it down.
Protecting mangroves is not only absorbing carbon dioxide, it's also providing a green infrastructure barrier to protect some of our islands.
Coral reefs also create a first line of defense. When you drive past the ocean and see waves breaking, they are doing so against coral reefs. She says when those reefs are destroyed, those waves now move inland, impacting surrounding homes and communities.
Wetlands play a critical role in catching floodwater and containing that floodwater so that adjacent communities don't get flooded.
McKinney-Lambert says serious action must be taken to take care of the ecosystems that take care of us. She is calling on those that destroy the environment to take financial responsibility for its restoration.
So if a ship runs aground in the Florida Keys, they're responsible for restoring that reef. And it's not inexpensive to restore a reef. It takes a lot of work. It's difficult to do. These ecosystems take hundreds of years to grow to the point where they can protect an island from storm damage. So if a ship runs aground in the Florida Keys, they will be fined and they will be required to restore that reef, cover the costs of the restoration of that reef. If that happens in the Bahamas, that is not yet the case, and that is certainly something that needs to change.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Still to come in Our News, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 20th. Then in Our News at 7:30, a family feud erupts. A man accused of assaulting a niece amid a property dispute is granted bail. A trial now set for March 2024. Plus, One Family Warriors gear up for battle. Defending Junkanoo champions vow to secure the #1 spot this Boxing Day. When Our News returns.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was December 20th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1972, the Bahamas Independence Conference concluded in London. Her Majesty's government signaled readiness for parliamentary approval, paving the way for independence on July 10, 1973. Delegates at Marlborough House, led by Lyndon Pinling and Kendall Isaacs, discussed the Constitution, statehood, and citizenship. Notable members included Arthur Hanna and Milo Butler. And in 2016, an historic moment unfolded as Charlene Lynette Cartwright Robinson was sworn in as Premier of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Born in the Bahamas, she relinquished her Bahamian citizenship to run for office after constitutional changes. Following her People's Democratic Movement Party's victory in the general elections on December 15th, Cartwright Robinson made history as the first democratically elected leader in the TCI. All right, well, Our News is officially on TikTok. We started to tell you about it yesterday. We just want to remind you to follow us on the platform at Our News or ournews.bs for all of the latest updates and exclusive content. And also on TikTok, you can answer the trivia for a chance to win free Boxing Day Junkanoo tickets for you and a friend. Our first winner, Athena Farrington, received her 2 tickets today. Congratulations, Athena. The question she answered was, who were the winners of the 1973 Boxing and New Year's Day parades? Athena answered Music Makers won Boxing Day that year, and the Vikings won New Year's Day. Be sure to stay tuned to TikTok to find out how you can win. Follow our page there. Today's trivia has already been posted, so you can head over to TikTok for another chance to win. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia, did you know the answer to that question?
I did not, but
I told you it was music makers.
You did, but I want a prize. I want a prize, please. Who I need to have a conversation with because I need a prize.
Well, I should get the prize because you didn't know that it was music makers on Boxing Day.
Anyway, I'm gonna know the answer to the next question. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, a man is accused of assaulting his niece amid a property dispute is granted bail. Plus, one family warriors gear up for battle. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, bail granted for a man accused of attacking his niece over a property dispute. We have courtroom details coming up. Also, a local church telling our Megan Shepherd that the holiday season now means little to nothing. We'll tell you why straight ahead. Plus, Jouncanoers are gearing up for the upcoming Jouncanoe Parade. Our Brittany McDermott visits one of the shacks. And later, holiday sales in Grand Bahama are up. Hear what business owners are saying when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Doctors Hospital is reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
Once I had a gal, she called me pain. Left me in the cold and pouring rain. So I decided to put her down. I took a trip to Cowboy Town. Christmas coming here is all around. Christmas back in town. Christmas coming here is all around.
Christmas is coming, and your fingers know it. For a finger-licking good Christmas, KFC.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. Topping news tonight, a man accused of injuring his niece in the midst of a property dispute has been granted bail pending his trial. Prosecutors say 44-year-old Oscar Cartwright attacked his niece, Shaquania Baker, and threatened to kill her on December 17. Baker is trying to evict her uncle from a triplex that was left to her by her grandmother. The incident allegedly took place at a restaurant at the Fish Fry in Exuma. Cartwright allegedly behaved in a disorderly manner, cursed to the annoyance of a police officer, and resisted arrest while being taken into custody. Cartwright denied the charges. At his arraignment before Magistrate Kendra Kelly, he was granted $7,000 bail. His trial is set for March 1st, 2024. Well, an early morning shooting in Grand Bahama leaving a man in hospital. The incident taking place at 3 this morning at the popular Fish Fry in 8 Mile Rock. According to police, the male victim was shot multiple times in the upper body. He was taken to the hospital in a private vehicle and is listed in stable condition. Investigations are continuing. Well, this is the season of giving, and during this time, local charities tend to see an uptick in the needs of the community. However, one local church tells our Megan Shepherd that the holiday season now means little to nothing, as the need is great year-round.
Great Commissions Ministries has been filling in the gap for those in need for years, whether that means providing daily hot meals or shelter for the homeless. President of Great Commission Ministries, Bishop Walter Hanschel, says he has seen a noticeable uptick.
We have had an increase in mothers living out of their vehicles, and every week we get calls with these type of persons, these type of situations, and something has to be done.
He says in his travels throughout the community, he's also noticing that more persons seem to be dealing with mental illnesses. He says the church does its best with the limited resources available. However, he adds that even securing food for the daily meals is becoming a challenge.
So that means we don't get as much supplies when we go in the food store as we used to. Same as though there's been a 25% increase, or in some cases 50% increase on food items that we use every day, and we have to purchase these items every day.
He believes inflation is taking its toll on every sector of society.
It's affecting the entire country, because I've seen middle-class persons who normally it wouldn't affect, but they are coming also, and of course taxes have gone up, the cost of living has increased, taxes have gone up, so it's not easy living in the Bahamas. The cost of living is way too high in the Bahamas for everybody, for the average person, not just for the poor, but for the average income family. It's too high. The rich can afford it, but not us.
Bishop Hanschel is encouraging the entire community to come together and assist each other as much as possible. Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, thanks for that, Megan. Well, cool temperatures around the islands this week. Temperatures now in the upper 60s. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, we are seeing some upper 60s and some low 70s, and we're going to continue that trend for the next couple of days before we start to see the warm-up for the weekend. And then next week we expect some warmer temperatures still. 69 degrees outside right now, partly cloudy and breezy. East-northeast winds, 18 miles per hour, and it is very breezy on the outside. Feels like temperature is at 70 degrees. Satellite radar composite showing, well, quiet weather across the area, partly to mostly cloudy conditions across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas. Southeast Bahamas not doing too bad. Couple of isolated sprinkles along with that stiff easterly breeze bringing in some of that Atlantic moisture, but we have some high-level clouds that's going to be moving across us throughout the night and into tomorrow. That should filter the sunshine tomorrow, so we're looking at some comfortable 70s tomorrow. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, Junkanooers are hard at work in the shacks preparing for the upcoming Junkanoo parades. And later, some good news for the island of Grand Bahama. This is business owners say holiday sales are up. The full story when our news continues.
The holidays.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mixed together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by Inti, powering your world, powering your future.
Home is where my journey began, where my dreams found their roots. It's in every step I take, a dance of connection to my heritage and this land.
Home
is the people who shape your soul. It's the laughter of those you love that help you see the magic in life's simplest gifts.
Home has seen me through life's challenges. Is where I found the strength to overcome adversity. Where I turned pain into purpose.
In every stitch and every shared moment, the spirit of Bahama handprints and the spirit of home live on. Cherish your own definitions of home and explore the beauty of Bahama handprints.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our
The pressure is on, and Junkaners are spending long hours in the shags doing all they can to be #1 this Boxing Day. Well, Albertine McDermott went to One Family Warriors, who are the defending champions, and they say they're holding on to the #1 spots.
With 5 days left until the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, Junkaners have kicked into high gear and they're all confident in a win, especially the One Family Warriors.
You're basically bringing what we've already done, and we're bringing what has never been done. So get on our level, step up to the game, think like Warrior, and maybe you'd be #1.
One Family are the defending Boxing Day champs. It's a title Chairman Christine Muffin Fernandez says the group intends to hold on to. This year, the group is paying homage to the rich history of Junkanoo and its legends with its theme.
The theme really is, who are we? The greatest show on earth, which is Junkanoo.
One Family earned first place after sweeping 5 categories last year with 92.73 points. The Valley Boys came in a close second with 92.48 points. This year, One Family says there are some costumes to look out for, and according to designer Shance Collymore, the plan is to stand apart.
I think what sets us apart is the foundation of the program, which is, the beginning stages of what we plan. The themes that we select are always out of the box. I know that may sound cliche, but the proof is in the pudding.
The costumes and lead pieces won't be the only thing taking spectators back in time. As Vice Chairman of Operations Colin Folks tells us, the music section will also serve Junkanoo fans with a blast from the past.
For this year, we'll just bring homage again to all the good songs with rock-based street throughout the year. So you'll have the old school Bahamian music, you go up to the new school Bahamian music, and we'll just rock and bass street straight through.
Now, as for what goes into finalizing costumes like this one, One Family tells us the shacks can get a bit hectic just a few days before the Boxing Day parade.
It's really hectic. Usually we don't sleep. Boxing Day, unfortunately, Christmas Day, we say hi to our families and bye, and we on Bay Street sometimes. If Junkanoo start at 10 o'clock, we on Bay Street from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 2 o'clock Boxing Day.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, great news. And also some good news for Grand Bahama as Christmas sales appear to be picking up this holiday season. Our news team speaking with a few business owners today who say overall they are pleased.
You are able to create a priceless Christmas gift this year.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Grand Bahama. Business owners say sales are going well following a few tough years. Owner of Baja Gala Jewelry, Tanisha Carey, says this is the best Christmas she's ever seen for her business.
Apart from all the wholesale orders that I'm getting, I do design for Baja Mar, Atlantis, and other high-end boutiques throughout the country. However, the Grand Bahamian public and the Subian public especially have been really, really supportive, and we're getting those orders out in time for Christmas.
And things are picking up at the Taibo collection located in the Raven Mall.
You know, people are now getting in that mode of shopping, so things are good.
Over at Bahari Bahamas pop-up shop, manager Davina Rutherford says they have lots to offer this year.
We have items from pajamas, our Lucayo set, our denigram set, our loungewear, our caftans, our luggage. We have lots of items here for sale for Christmas just in time for the holidays.
And this Grand Bahama business owner says as of last week, she's seen a boost in sales.
You know, it's much needed, and we thank God for the sales. People are coming in. You know, sometimes people come in last minute, so I would say even from tomorrow until Sunday, it's gonna even be busier.
When our news comes back from the break, handmade Bahamian items appears to be a hot seller this holiday season. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
Sports Ministry and swimming officials host the first official press conference on Carifta Aquatics 2024, and we sit down with UB's athletics director. I'll be right back with our sports.
And get your sweaters out as the cool temperatures are officially here. Greg is back with the extended weather right after this quick break. Stay with us.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is Our News. Welcome back. Carifta's swimming prep is in full swing, and we sit down with UB's athletic director. Here's Sasha Lightbourne with a check on sports. Sasha?
Thanks, Natalia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sasha Lightbourne. Welcome to our sports. Sports Minister Mario Boleg is confident that the pool at the Betty Kelly Kenning complex will be ready in time to host next year's Carifta Games.
We intend to have a press conference that will deal to the repairs to the pools in January. And so then you will be updated as where we are with the pools. And I'm sure come Easter, we will be hosting this event. There's no doubt about that. There's no question about that.
His comments came at the official launch for Carifta Aquatics 2024. I asked 2023 Carifta Aquatics captain Marvin Johnson and 2023 Carifta Aquatics member El DeBurge about practicing in a 25-meter pool versus practicing in the 50-meter pool at Betty Kelly Kenning.
When you speak about swimming in a 50-meter pool, as Mr. Coggill previously said, not to undermine the training in that pool, but it is not what makes you a great swimmer.
Our coach is pushing us very hard in the pool, making sure that we're ready either way.
And while the minister didn't provide an overall cost for preparation and hosting the games, Bahamas Aquatics President Algernon Cargill says they need $1 million.
And our average hotel rooms here rate is probably 3 times that of any other country. So because they have a fixed amount to contribute to the hotel costs, we have to fund the difference. So when we decide to host Carifta, there are a lot of inherent costs that don't really come to the surface.
And at the end of the day, the cost doesn't matter because it's investment in the young people.
The games are scheduled for March 28th through April 7th, 2024. Switching gears, there was a lot going on for UB Athletics this year. I sat down with the university's athletics director for a one-on-one chat about 2023. From cross-country, basketball, soccer, volleyball, and other disciplines, UB Athletics stayed in our sports this year. But for UB Athletics Director Kimberly Roll, it was the things that happened behind the scenes that she's most proud of.
We've made a 30% jump in our human resources. That's important, particularly when you're talking about full-time coaches.
She says having full-time coaches impacts the university's recruiting base and program development. She also spoke about athletic policies.
So we've done quite a bit of work this year, writing policies, getting them reviewed, going back to the drawing board, and finally having about 5 of them passed this year by our board.
Now, we will have more from Roll in tomorrow's newscast. Before we go, DeAndre Ayton and his Portland Trailblazers beat his national men's teammate Eric Gordon and the Phoenix Suns last night. Ayton had a double-double with 16 points and 15 boards and 3 assists, while Gordon had 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, that does it for sports for today. I'm Sasha Lightbourne. Have a great evening, everyone.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, handmade Bahamian items labeled as a hot seller this Yuletide season, and cool temperatures in the capital on this Wednesday. Greg is back with your extended weather right after this break.
My son, he's a go-getter. He's a fighter, and he's very strong.
He's very resilient, and he never let any of his battles get him down.
He's an A student. He was diagnosed when he was 6 weeks old. Everybody just huddles and go and support him. And that makes him feel much better and much happier.
It's definitely a privilege to know Kyrie.
Watching him grow up, he knows that I love him.
Kyrie is thebomb.com.
He's doing a great job, and to stay true to himself.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal.
We at RTV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases.
Welcome back to our news. The capital seeing some cool temperatures on this Wednesday. Greg is back in the Weather Center live with your extended forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for our final look at weather. We expect some rather nice weather for the next couple of days. High pressure remains in charge. Rather stiff high pressure. It's going to continue to keep boating and beaching hazardous for at least another 2 days before things start to quiet down, and that should take us into the weekend. That high will eventually slide out towards the east. That will allow our temperatures to warm up for the weekend, so we're looking at some temperatures near the upper 70s, possibly near the 80-degree mark by the end of the week. There are a couple of disturbances moving in the upper levels, one just approaching Florida. Mostly high clouds ahead of that, not really going to produce any rainfall. But that stiff easterly breeze is going to pick up some Atlantic moisture, and that's going to continue to give us a couple of isolated sprinkles across the area. And the high pressure system will actually remain in charge, as I said, through the weekend. Taking a look at our future forecast, quiet across our area, nothing happening out there in terms of moisture, and that's through Thursday. But as that wind turns more towards the east to southeast, we start to see some Atlantic moisture moving across us. So as I mentioned, we should see some isolated sprinkles by Thursday, Friday time frame, and then into the weekend, things should be rather nice but warmer. Boating conditions and beaching, not really advised for the next couple of days. As I mentioned, very strong winds out there. Small craft advisory in place. We're urging boaters small craft operators to remain in or near port, and beachgoers, we want you to stay out of the water. Northeasterly winds 15 to 25 knots. Sea is 4 to 7 feet, but they will be up to 11 feet in northeast to easterly swells. Low tide will be at 8:19 to 90. High tide taking place at 2:42 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, pretty nice through tomorrow. So a little bit of moisture introduced with that stiff easterly breeze. And then, of course, things will be rather nice into the weekend. A little disturbance by Monday, so we could see some cloudy conditions, maybe isolated shower. But Boxing Day, Junkanoo looks pretty nice for right now. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, Christmas shoppers are looking to Bahamian handmade items this holiday, much to the delight of craft cottage owners and the artists whose pieces call the store home. Craft Cottage co-owner Nadine Rampal says this Christmas has been better for the shop than last Christmas, when the store on Village Road experienced some bumps in the road.
Thankfully, things have really picked up. It hasn't been easy. Last year, this time, we were still suffering from roadworks. And so we were very hesitant about what this Christmas would bring. But we have been really working hard to constantly bring in exciting new things to grow.
And Rampal says it's not just one kind of shopper that sees the Christmas magic in Bahamian crafts.
Tourists come and they want something that is local. And so that's what I do when I'm on holiday. So we really speak to that, and everybody Googles before they travel, so they find us that way. Locals, we want to make everything exciting again. So, you know, we want everybody to remember their straw bags, and we want them to take them out in the evening. So we're constant.
All right, and to see that story again and for all of today's top stories, head on over to ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening and happy holidays. Your Hallmark Holiday Classic, Ghosts of Christmas, is up next.